Divine cards is a system of cartomancy where praying cards are used to make predictions of your characteristics and your future timeline. The origins of this system date back to over 20,000 years ago. This was during a time when ancient wise men observed the cosmos and formulate mathematical systems. These teachings were preserved till this day, and I'm honored to present to you the Divine Cards. In this system, each day of the year is assigned one card. Each living man or woman is assigned 1 to 4 cards depending on their date of birth. The main card or birth card is of most significance, followed by the planetary ruling card or PRC. For some birthdays, there is a third or fourth card. You can see from the chart here or check the links below for your card. If you feel that the card doesn't really resonate with you, you may want to look into your birth time. I noticed the time difference when I was calculating the lucky dates for a client to buy lottery. It opened the next day. For example, if you're born in Singapore on March 7, in New York, it's March 6. So you may have to convert your birth time to UTC and then follow that date to find your birth cards. Once you have found your cards, you can check them out. If you cannot find the video on your particular card, means I have not made them yet. So please like and subscribe so that I can continue to make more videos. Thank you. Numerology of 7. 7 is associated with the planets Ketu, Neptune, and Moon. It's a very spiritual energy. If you write the number 7, it goes right and suddenly turns downwards. They sort of go their own way. And 7 is the most mystical of all numbers. They can be the hardest to understand and live with, or they can be the most beautiful and rewarding in anyone's life. 7 is the holy number, the lucky 7. It is the number of the soul. In silent meditation, we go towards perfection. It is the quest for truth. The positive side of 7 is spirituality, peace and silence, spiritual victory. The negative side of 7 is melancholy, coldness, skepticism, criticism, and obstacles. The clubs symbolize the teacher and the receptive quality of the mind, the intellectual interests and mental reactions to people, things, circumstances, and events. They are the seekers. This is the first leaf to come into life and the last to go into fall. So it signifies summer. The ancient element is air. Air is required to ignite the fire of creation and expansion. It is also the ambition that creates. It uses knowledge to create. It creates life, money, and wealth. They are the guardians of intelligence and rule all mental processes, psychological reaction, educational interests, inquiries, communication, and messages. They investigate and instigate arguments, disputes, and debates. The crux is also associated with luck and maturity. They are the brains behind successful activities. Their path and quest is for universal knowledge. They are the messengers of the gods, the links between heaven and earth. The Clubs are good at all forms of education, legal matters, literature, journalism, and all creative sides. The positive side of the Clubs, they are brilliant, magnetic, thoroughly informed, and they make safe counselors. The negative side can be aggressive, intrusive, trickery, unreliable, and dishonest. So the Club's living man, woman, or energy can tend towards the positive, negative, or being balanced. Keywords for the Seven of Clubs: letting go of negative thinking. The Seven of Clubs is similar to the Seven of Wands in the Tarot. The similar keywords are challenge and perseverance. Seven of Clubs, the card of spiritual knowledge or the pessimistic genius. You have great intuition, but you also have the tendency to worry about things that is not even happening. It is good to be prepared, but it's even better to use your intuition. Yes. Money is not an issue as long as you work, but you may have a tendency to get yourself into a panic mode due to money, and because of that you may get yourself into some unwise investments or impulsive investments which can leave you poorer. Basic education is important to you because you need some kind of stability. You need to feel that you are prepared for the workplace. There is a subconscious urge for spiritual development, but you are the kind that need actual proof, and if you don't see any tangible results, you may just give up and perhaps move on to other spiritual practice. The energy of this card is also known as the pessimistic genius. Why so? You may have an extreme of behaviors. Sometimes you may feel inspired, enlightened, optimistic, but other times you may feel depressed and out of hope. So it is important for you, Seven of Clubs, to watch your mental attitudes. Seven of Clubs, you tend to worry, and because of that, you may be a little bit on the pessimistic side. However, some of you are able to turn this negativity into accomplishments. Seven of Clubs, you have one foot in the mundane and one foot in the spiritual. So sometimes you may have an extreme of behavior. Sometimes you can be enlightened, inspired, and very creative. Sometimes you can be depressed. So it would be good if you can watch your mental state. You are highly receptive and intuitive. But if you don't use these inherent inspiration and insights, you may find yourself in despair and sometimes even depression. However, you do have the power to overcome your problems and attain the fame and recognition. You are likely to have large sums of money at different periods of time in your life, but you also may have the tendency to spend as fast as you get the money because you may not be the best money managers. You may also have potential health challenges. Your health is not ideal. You need to take care. Worry and negativity will affect your health. If you waste your time and scatter your energies, you can often get entrapped into scandals and backstabbing. Your trouble with work is usually with labor disputes or unreliable people and employees. This will affect your health and make you nervous and even cause mental confusion. You must realize that you can succeed and you can succeed splendidly. And this is due to your work application. It is good if you can avoid number one, frivolous associates, number two, psychic experiments, number three, gambling, number four, careless drinking, and number five, thoughtless living. Anyway, many of you are not that type. You are very upright and have very good education foundation. If you're from a financially well-off family, you may travel quite a lot during your youth. You want to move fast and make fast money, but sometimes you may move too fast and you are not able to carry through a project or experiment with an idea. You usually have a devoted female around you. It can be a sister, mother, friend. You may have quite a few friends who are lawyers, politicians, entertainers, the type of people who are quite argumentative and can be deceitful. Yes, you attract such people. So if you are wise, you will know how to use your better judgments. You may have an older man, brother, or father that can interfere with what you want, so you may have to stand firm on what you believe in. You may have some kind of fear that make you shrink and hide, or you get too far out. You may have inheritance, but it can get dissipated especially if there is a female involved. If you are selfish and worry a lot about money, sure, there will be disappointments. It is important that you have faith, otherwise, you may tend to take the easy way out of certain situations and get into more trouble. But usually, the Seven of Cups, you can get away with almost anything because the Seven of Cups energy is one of the most creative energies in the whole deck. You can be successful artists, writers, or sales people. So again, it is important for you to maintain a very positive mental attitude. You can make a lot of money, but at the same time, you can lose a lot of money due to your judgments. Generally, you do not like to be advised, and so you want to be careful with your investments. Unless your lucky parts element is Earth, you should avoid real estate business or have some kind of advice when you're buying property. If your lucky parts element is wood, you make a good caretaker or nurse. You also be good in the natural healing arts. You wanna also avoid water in connection with your residence or home unless your lucky parts element is water. You benefit by association with women who are practical and hardworking, and you also help them to accomplish. It is also beneficial for you to share your knowledge with the world. If you're a man, search for a mentor or boss who is the king of clubs. Bear in mind this is a collective reading. For career readings, we still need to look at your birth details, what elements, things like that. So if you want a consultation, the links are below. Love. You are also likely to experience unusual emotional tensions and strains. It is also important that you maintain your honesty and integrity. Otherwise, you may suffer in terms of relationship and love. Seven of Cups, your love karma is neither good nor bad. How you handle your life is how you handle your love. You can attain mastery of your emotions and romantic involvements. Marriageability on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 is very, very marriageable. 10 is totally unmarriageable. Seven of Cups, your marriageability is a 4. Yes, you are very marriageable. Seven of Cups, you seem to operate better when you are married. And so you are likely to make that commitment sooner or later. However, if you attain fame and recognition, the marriage is more difficult for you as you may find it difficult to make decisions in regards to your personal life. So for the more famous and recognized Seven of Cups, there could be a divorce and remarriage. From my experience, the marriageability is just an indication of how much you want to have a home and the stability of a home. It does not tell if you are able to maintain the marriage. For example, the marriageability of Elizabeth Taylor is a 4. She is very marriageable and has this need to want to have a stable home and security. However, as you can see from her history, there is a string of divorce and marriages. Besides marriageability, we can also see your connections with this particular person. Besides your own destiny cards, you also have your Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and a whole lot of other planetary cards. There are also past life connections. I will list some of your cards at the end of this video. So if you want to know what sort of connections you have between you and this particular person, you can search for their birth cards by their date of birth. For example, if the person is born on January 14, their main birth card will be the King of Diamonds, and their planetary card will be the Eight of Cups. They may also have a third or fourth card. And then you check if the King of Diamonds has any present life connection with you. There can be more than one connection. There can be a Venus or double Venus, sometimes even triple Venus, which is, I think, quite rare, but yes, there is. There can be karmic connections, and then you can search for the King of Diamonds general reading to get a basic idea of this person's characteristics. Your first karmic is the Eight of Diamonds. Your second karmic is the Jack of Spades. Your Mercury is the Five of Diamonds. Your Venus is the Queen of Spades. Your Mars is the Jack of Clubs. Your Jupiter is the Nine of Diamonds. Your Saturn is the Seven of Spades. Your Uranus is the Two of Clubs. Your Neptune is the King of Clubs. Your challenge is the Jack of Diamonds. Your result is the Four of Hearts. So, what are all these connections about? Every card can indicate a living man or woman. It can also indicate an energy that you have or you are dealing with. You can also get the extended readings if you want to know more about your connections with these different karmics, how to deal with these challenging energies, and how to navigate around these energies. It is good to know so that you can navigate around these people or energies. For the extended readings, I will be doing the Karma cards and Pluto cards first because I find that these are more important ones. You can click on the links below to find out what are these cards about. Bear in mind that these are general readings because there may be details that I'm not able to share with you through the videos. If you would like a more detailed reading or learn more, you can check out Robert Lee Cam or myself and my partners. All the links are on the screen or below. It's an honor for me that you subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.